Mr. Santa Maria.
Being a chamber luncheon, I'd like to talk about chamber items. I'm a co-founder of Palm Suez Chamber of Commerce. I was on your board of directors for 6 years. I was asked to be your president during the bicentennial 2000. My business has been the major sponsor of annual Westfest Festival for more years than any other business. I was chairman of the Chairman's Club of the Chamber for 5 years. I am on the board of trustees today. I am one of only 4 members of the chamber who is the chamber's Hall of Fame over the past 27 years. Over the past 27 years, I have supported 99% of all chamber projects. The 1% of the projects I may not have supported was only because it would have been harmful to 99% of the residents of the Western communities. No one has done more for Palm Suez Chamber over the past 20 years. I am fully intent to continue serving this chamber for many, many more years. Thank you.
Now, some of you have touched on aspects of this first question. What are your 3 primary goals if elected to the Palm Beach County Commission?
First and foremost is we must keep the pressure on government to be ethical and follow the law. My problem is the problem that has been proven in the last several years when 4 of the 7 county commissioners have either gone to jail or have admitted guilt. The problem we have is abuse of government. And my intention is to set an example of the true meaning of public service. And I believe I have done that for the past 4 years. I made certain promises as a commissioner before I was elected, and I kept those promises, as was clearly explained in my endorsement by the Palm Beach Post. Santa Maria has kept his promises. Do you know many other government officials who have kept their promises?
Thank you, sir. Faced with having to vote to cut services or reduce tax rates, what would you choose?
You've heard me, some of you might have heard me time and time again. Tax rates are not tax dollars. My intention is to cut dollars. No, not reduce services, only attempt to reduce excessive services that we can do without. But my objective has been and will be to cut dollars. Cutting rate, that's what we should have done during the good years. During the good years, we kept the rate the same, and we thought the government was doing a good job. What we have to do is go item for item for item and cut dollars and dollars and dollars in those items that are wasteful. So during my 4 years, the year before I got elected, taxes went up by $110 million. Since I've been elected, taxes have gone down at least $85 million, and I intend to fully keep on cutting dollars. Rates are meaningless. Dollars is what counts.
Thank you. Would you support potential economic development opportunities that have been identified by local governments, such as a medical arts district in Wellington and development of the Royal Palm water utility site?
Talk is cheap. No one has done more for this community than just Santa Maria. I've produced more jobs than anybody right here in the Western communities. I built 3,000 homes. I built 8 or 9 commercial developments. I built the first supermarket, the first drugstore, the first bank, the first gas station, the first hotel. So as far as doing, providing jobs, I have provided jobs for this community. Talk is cheap, but I am the people's candidate. I am not the special interest candidate. I will not just do favors for developers and special interests. They've got to prove, don't give me a big dream with no foundation. I ask for these people who are planning these big dreams. They have not one single specific user of these centers they're talking about. It's a talk, 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 but no action.
What is your plan to diversify the economy of the Glades and the western communities so that they are less dependent on agriculture?
Let's talk about action again. Did you know that Palm Beach County has been able to secure for the Glades in the last 3 years and going into in the coming year $404 million into the Glades to improve. The Glades has been my #1 priority. They need the help the most. And yes, we now have a new hospital. We have a new water plant. I just met last week with the mayor of Belle Glade and his manager. We're trying to make the Belle Glade Marina a resort. I am working now with different staff members of the county, trying to create out of this diamond in the rough, which is the Belle Glade Marina, and make it a resort. I have put 20,000 of my own money and 20,000 of county money for vocational courses for the kids in the streets to be able to train them for jobs.
Thank you, Mr.
Those are
Santamaria.
facts.
Thank you. How will you harness growing PBSO and fire department budget assessments?
I have always supported law enforcement and the fire department. They protect our lives, they protect our homes, they keep us safe. But at the same time, the objective here is efficiency. I do not believe those who say just cut across the board. Cut across the board doesn't take too much brains. You have to look for the areas that are not necessary. And one of the areas that I talk to Chief Bradshaw every year is there has been abuse in overtime pay. You know, we have been really wasting millions of dollars in excessive overtime pay for nothing. So every year I ask him to keep closely monitoring overtime pay, and every year he has been reducing overtime pay. So that's the objective. The objective is not just to cut and reduce our safety. The objective is to be more efficient.
If I can find it. What are your core beliefs concerning the role of government in economic development?
The role of government is to provide incentives in those areas that really flow to the public. The problem we've had is our government in the past has provided incentives to enrich the rich, and it does not flow to the people. What we need to do is, again, stop funding pipe dreams. It's real things that are real, going to provide jobs and employment and for the benefit of everyone, like the biotech projects in Scripps and Max Planck. I had strong faith in Max Planck, and I put my 100,000 of my own money into it. That's what we have to do. Look at those projects that are real, that are really going to benefit the people, and not the special interest by enriching them by increasing the value of their land. Talk is cheap. When I was elected, the first thing I said as your commissioner, and I looked at my 6 commissioners to the left and to my right, I said, business as usual is no longer an option. Since then, 5 of the 7 commissioners are gone, of the original 7. Shahid Friedman, last night, at the award ceremony for a law enforcement officer, said, when he introduced me, Jess Santa Maria, the conscience of Palm Beach County. Last week, the Palm Beach Post said, Jess Santa Maria kept his promises. I keep my promises. I saved you over $60 million just in the last 9 months on the landfill My 6 commissioners were going to vote for it. And I said, no, wait, you're paying 4 times the value.
Thank
I
you,
was
Mr.
able to stop the waste
Thank
of
you.
$60 million.
Thank you, Mr. Santabria.